Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing refunds associated with traveling to Thailand. So the reason I'm making this video, actually, I got some correspondence from someone who was wanting me to discuss some things on this channel, and it was rather more lengthy correspondence than just this. But I think that this line distills down, what I was sort of asked to discuss. So quoting directly, can you do a video that addresses potential legal rights or otherwise regarding accepting a payment for a service not being provided or not now necessary? So again, this is regarding refunds with respect to travel to Thailand. And we're talking about refunds associated with, for example, someone has to book a hotel to come to Thailand. We saw this in the transition with the Thailand pass and the easing of quarantine restrictions. There were folks that already were booked up to come into Thailand, and they had their 2 weeks, set aside, or 10 days. Actually, going into October, it was 10 days set aside. They booked it, and then they didn't need it, but the booking was non-refundable in most cases, and the folks I've talked to that are frustrated with this have all said, yes, I was told it was non-refundable at the outset. I made that booking, and then I didn't really need it, so I inquired about a refund and was told, well, it's non-refundable. It's unfortunate. Long story short, with respect to legal rights, I don't really think, unless there's something egregious going on, and we have seen circumstances where fraud has been at play in some circumstances involving traveling under these conditions. But to get to the heart of it, if you're told it's non-refundable, well, okay, that was just a term. That was a condition of making that booking. Also, there's kind of an element of force majeure going on here, sort of act of God kind of thing with respect to all matters involving contracts. Not completely, but it's just kind of an implied understanding that, look, these are precarious circumstances. And as a result, it may not be, refunds may not necessarily be available. Now, again, do I necessarily agree with that? No, especially depending on the circumstances. But it is worth noting, and I think to a certain extent, when you take on one of these non-refundable bookings, and hopefully now moving forward, these bookings are not going to be nearly as long. But for example, there's serious talk about getting rid of the one-day quarantine, the overnight under the test and go situation where you just show up at the airport, get tested, and move on. There's serious talk of doing away with even needing to have a booking for a hotel at all. So yeah, I can see circumstances coming up where folks say, wow, I really wish I didn't have that hotel booking. Long story short, you're probably just going to have to end up eating it.